Hi everyone, I'm Joey and I'm here today to show you how to make 8 Christmas cards pretty quickly and how to do some time-saving tips when you're trying to mass produce your cards, whether they're Christmas cards or not. So when you jump on, I'd love for you to say hello, let us know where you're from. Please feel free to comment on the video. If you're watching on Facebook, thanks for watching me live or on replay. If you haven't liked or followed my page, I invite you to do that. If you're watching on YouTube, you're watching a recording of a Facebook Live, so it's going to be a little chatty. But I'm happy you're here, and I hope if you enjoyed the video, you'll subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. Okay, I'm excited to show you what I have today. Today is day 2 in my Christmas 2024 Christmas series. So yesterday we made some cards with the Sweetest Star bundle. And before I get going on today's project, I'm going to I just have to get my, 8, yes, Christy's asking, 8 Christmas cards? Yes, Christy, I know, we're making 8. This is the first time I've done this kind of a video, so I hope that it's helpful and kind of a new twist on how to save some time when you're making your cards, when you're mass producing. Okay, I've got myself pulled up on my laptop so I can see your comments. That's where I always see your comments. And then I have to also get my iPad is sticking to my stand right here, my phone stand. So if I pull that up, then I can see what you see and I can make sure that I'm in the video where I need to be. All right, we're going to go ahead and turn the phone down. I just have to click a little toolbar here and then I'll go upside down, but you'll be right side up. So let me just get this turned down to where I think it should be, and then we'll see if I'm kind of in the right place, hopefully. I think I'm a little crooked. I could come out this way just a touch and that way, just turning my phone. And then I usually go the wrong way first. Oh, I actually went the right way, but I went too far. There we go. Hi, Pam. Welcome. Happy to see you here. People are finding me. Gosh, I'm having trouble with the phone today. Let's go down a little bit, and hopefully that's a little better. It does look crooked, doesn't it? I'll straighten it around this way. See if that's better. Trying to get it organized and then come out just a touch. Hopefully that's pretty good. This is what we did yesterday on day 1. We made 4 cards with the Sweetest Star bundle. And this is my class to go this week. It's actually in person next week. I live in Lincoln, Nebraska, so if you're close and you'd like to come, just let me know by Sunday. If you'd like to get these card supplies, this kit, if you're not local, then if you'll put in an order using this host code for $45 or more, I'll send you the kit, these card kits all prepped and scored and cut for you. As well as I have a little bonus this week. I'm going to send with you, with my card kits, 4 pieces from this Take a Bow. I don't know if it's B-O-W, bow, like bow, or is it bow? I think it's Take a Bow, but you make a bow with this. Anyway, these 4 sheets, I'm going to send those with your kits this week. There are 4 patterns in that group of papers. And let me get this put back. I'll send one of each with you in your for you in your card kits as a special gift this week. So anything that is not in the bundle, so like the background, this plaid background, and everything else will be cut for you, like this big circle for this little Mrs. Santa. So all that will be done for you in your kits. If you're interested, just put in your order using that host code by Sunday. So it ends on Sunday, November 10th, if you're watching this video after that. Okay, today, my friends, we are going to use 2 sets from the Holiday Mini Catalog. We're going to use Peaceful Evergreens. We're going to use this stamp right here. It's on pages 24 and 25 if you have this catalog. If you don't have it and you want it, let me know if you don't have a demonstrator and I will get one to you. Hi, Kim. And then we're also going to use Christmas labels. So this is one of my favorite stamp sets. I haven't used it very much on Facebook or designing for my classes. So it's just called Christmas labels. It has these 4 dies and then all of these, you know, the greetings that go in these dies. But I hope I can show you some tips today to make your cards go quickly when you're mass producing. Now, my normal videos are like what I showed you in my class to go this week with the Sweetest Star. So this week, I'm going to show you kind of behind the scenes what I would do for, today, we did that yesterday, for mass producing some cards, particularly for me this time of year, it's Christmas cards. And I hope I can help you. Now, I'm going to send the PDF tutorial. So what I'm showing you today, I'm going to send to my newsletter subscribers. So I wrote it out the best I could. I took quite a few photos, like here and here, to also give you a reminder of what I'm showing you today. But I think between the video and the PDF, you'll know how to do what I'm showing you. All right, now the first thing is both a plus and I guess kind of a minus, is if you have a Stamparatus, we don't sell these anymore. We did sell them and they were wildly popular. A lot of people have them. If you don't have it, you can still make multiple cards quickly with another thing I'm going to show you today. But what I did for this is, now let's see if I can get this open without messing anything up. There we go. Okay, now what I did first, and this is really important, the size of this, you can use any color of cardstock, but I used red so it would show in the video. So it's important that you get these dimensions right. So this is, the skinnier side is 6 1/4, and then the longer side is 7 1/4. And that's how we're going to fit all these labels on here. So if you can imagine, I'm not doing this part for you because I've already taken the time to do it, and it would be time consuming to actually show it, because I think you can understand what I did. So I just took this piece of paper and then I ran the dies through it. So let me get a hold of them. Where are my dies? Of course, everything is already messy. Oh, here they are. Okay. So this is step 2. So I'll just show you this step right here. After I did this, and I'll show you how to do that, I'll move my dies. I ran through these dies on a double piece of cardstock. So these are double, this are double. And it'll go through, most of your die cutting machines, it will go through 2. If yours doesn't go through 2, don't force it. Just make sure, hi Martha, good morning, hi Kim. Just make sure that you don't force it. So mine will do 2 if I really, it's a tight squeeze, I won't lie, but then you get 2 of each of the labels. We'll come back to that in a moment, but I have that set up to show you so that I have it done ahead of time. So let's go back to making your template if you have a Stamparatus or another stamp positioner from another company. So what I did was, I just put my dies down like this. It's probably going to be obvious, but just in case it isn't obvious, if someone's new that watching and hasn't seen anything like this before, I just did all of these. I ran these through like that. So that's what you're seeing here with those 4 dies. And then I just ran it through again, and I placed the dies like this, the second way, like this, and then like this, and then like this. And that's how I got my pattern here, my grid pattern. So does that make sense? Then you have all those red dies if you use red cardstock, but whatever cardstock you'll use, you'll have all those labels, not dies, but labels. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Then I'm going to set these aside on, well, I can't see where my magnet is, so I'll just set them to the side there. Okay, so then what I did was, I'll just show you this one. Let's get the labels out. So let's go back to these out of our white. This was just to show you, so we don't really need that because that's this part that's already done. So then I just went back to my labels. Now this particular die, this one, it's very intricate, as you can see. So the second time, if you run it through like this, like I did, it's probably not going to cut out these little frou-frous, but I don't care about that. If you care about that, then you want to only send it through one time. So then we're going to go ahead and put in our, yep, that's already one. Put in our labels here, and let's grab some more of the ones that we just die cut. Well, you didn't see me die cut them, but I showed you how I did it. So that's hopefully good enough. Whoops, is that right? Might have to figure out my puzzle here. And then again, since I did two, you can cut most shapes on your die cutting machine two at a time. If you didn't know that, you can do that. And so I do that quite often when it's going to be easy to stamp on them, as in easy to position my stamp on the label. Oops, we don't need that one. Okay, let's get this one out. So as you can see here, when I'm talking about 8 cards, good morning, Donna. I've got 8 labels here. So we're going to stamp all these greetings at one time. Okay, so there we go. Am I in the video? I don't know. Let me get over here, make sure I'm centered. I can see on my computer that I'm centered, but I don't think on my on my phone, my iPad, I wasn't centered. So hopefully that's better if you're watching on a phone or iPad. Okay, so now what I did with my greetings is, I'm not going to move this one, but I'll show you what I would have done. So then I've got a greeting here. We're going to pretend like that's this one. And I just positioned it here, right on the label, so that I was sure that they would be positioned in the right place. And then that's what I did with all of these. So they first go here, and you put them all down first. And then I just closed my door to pick up the stamps. If you have used this, something like this, that's going to make sense to you. And hopefully, even if you haven't, that makes sense to you, so you'll know how to do it. Okay, so then that's the second thing I did. So now we're just going to put ink on these stamps. Oh, Martha, you just got this bundle? Oh, yeah. I just really like the stamps in here. And I also think it goes cute, these label shapes and these dies. Before we get inking, let's make sure these are all lined up really well. Just make sure they're really in the groove of your red piece or whatever your background is there. And I did tape it down really well. So this is just washi tape. If you have Post-it tape, any positional tape will work. Okay. Now I'm looking at my, I need to come closer here. I'm looking at my computer and I'm not really centered in the screen. So hopefully you can see a little better. There we go. That's a little bit better. All right. Now, I put always a stamp case. This is my cleaning stamp case, but I always put a stamp case under my door for this. Now, if you don't have a stamparatus and you don't have a similar tool, you don't have this step, then you don't need. But it will still be helpful and make your stamping quicker if you die cut like I showed you how to die cut, so you have 8 labels cut all at one time with just one pass through the die cutting machine. That's a time saver just in itself. Now I'm inking this really well just to be sure, and even though I'm using my stamparatus, which means I could come back and ink it again if I don't get a good, just double checking everything, if I don't get a good image, but I don't want to have to do that. So I'm hoping this will be good. So then all I do is close this and press really well. Just make sure I'm pressing everywhere. I think there's a tool out there that people use that is kind of a I don't know, a buffer type tool that you can, instead of using your hands, and it saves a little wear and tear on your hands. So let's hope that this all came out the way it should. So it looks like it did. So this is going to happen. So to be careful, just be careful lifting it up so you don't smudge your ink, because it does, you know, take just a few moments to dry. And then we've got our, there's 4 there, and then we've got 4 here. So we've got our 8 labels all at one time. Now, let me go ahead and show you another step here. So we're going to put our labels aside until we're ready to make our cards. And then the second thing I want to show you is we're going to take our, let's see, I've still got some extra labels. I guess I had already cut a few extras, but we had our 8 labels, so we're ready to go with that. So, and then I already showed you that. So we got that done earlier. So we have all our labels cut with a double layer. Okay, now we're going to take our, hang on, I gotta find everything here. It's here, but it's kind of hidden. So what I've done is cut 2 panels of smoky slate, 2, and I have run them, and this is size is important as well. So the size on this is 5.5, and then this is 6, and that's really important because what I'm going to show you is how to cut strips to make a layer on your card. Now I've already done that, run those through the die cutting machine, and we're ready for the next step. Now, I actually, now that I think of it, I need to do 1 more of these because we need 8 cards, and that's only going to make 6. So let me grab some smoky slate cardstock. You guys, I'm almost out of smoky slate cardstock. I couldn't use it as a card base because I rarely run out. I almost always, when something gets low, I reorder it, but I haven't put in an order. I am putting in an order today, so we'll be okay. So now I'm going to do what I told you to do, is make sure that this is a total of 6 inches across, like so. And then we're going to turn it, and then we're going to go to 5.5, like so. Okay, now, probably just as well I show you this part, just so you have a visual. Then I'll go ahead and grab my die cutting machine. I'll set the scrap paper aside for a moment. And I'll get my die cutting machine out. We need our base plates. Then we need our embossing folder. Now the 6-inch side has to go inside. I don't know if I'm in the video, but the 6-inch side is this way. The 5.5-inch side is that way. And then, I don't know if you've noticed on your embossing folders, I know I'm pretty close to the camera, but there's a line to line up with, but I'm going to kind of ignore that line a little bit because, can you see that? Can you see that the embossing, let me get further away, that the tree goes all the way to the end there? So I want that tree bottom so that that's going to help me when I do my 2-inch strips, because we're going to cut this 6-inch strips into 2-inch strips. Okay, so we've got that. So we want the folded edge to go in first. Then we're going to grab our plate number 4, and then we're going to just emboss 1 more piece so that we have a total of, well, we'll have a total of 9 trees, but we're making 8 cards, so then we have plenty for 8. So let's go ahead and run that through, and then we'll go ahead and get that out. Isn't this beautiful? You guys, if you don't get this embossing folder, you are missing out on something really beautiful for your cards. It's called Painted Trees. The stamp set we're using is called Peaceful Trees, but this one is called Painted Trees. Okay, now I'm going to just get some scrap paper out just because then I don't have white ink, because we're going to use white craft ink for this. And I'm just going to grab my white craft ink. Now this is an old type of packaging. If you buy, oh, thanks Debbie, thanks for sharing the video, I really appreciate it. If you are buying a new white craft pad, it will come in the normal style like this, and it'll come with an ink refill, the white craft ink refill. But this one is an old one. I'm just going to go ahead and use it because it works well. I'm just using a small blending brush, and then I'm going to brush on from the bottom, and then I'm just going to work my way up to the top without re-inking it. I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to I might come back and make that stronger, but I'm going to just go ahead and go over all the trees here. And then I might come back, let that dry a little bit, and then we start at the bottom and just work our way up to the top. Now let's just go ahead. And for the sake of the video, I know this isn't probably showing up very well. I'm going to do it a little bit darker here, so it will show up just a little bit better. It shows up in person, but I'm not sure it's showing up. And the branches come all the way out here, so I'm trying to get the branches as well. Same here at the bottom. Let's just go up. Okay, I think that's going to be good. I hope you can see that. It's very subtle. You could, if you wanted to, use smoky slate ink. I just chose white because I wanted white for the evergreens. But you could use, if you wanted it to show up a little more, you could just use a smoky slate ink pad, or even, you could even use Pebbled Path. Our card base is Pebbled Path, so you could use that as well. So now, white craft ink is solvent ink, so it takes a little bit, it's a sticky, it just means it's sticky and it's not water-based, so it takes a little bit longer to dry. So we're gonna just let that one, the first one we did, dry a little bit before we start cutting our pieces. So as I said, you could use a darker ink. Now on my green one that I showed you on my Facebook page, if you haven't joined my Facebook page, make sure you do, because I do share quite a few projects on my Facebook page. So you want to look for Create with Joey, or you want to look for, that's my business page, or my Create with Joey Stampers group is my creative community. So you're welcome to join both of those. Okay, let's keep going. Here's our last one. And this is the one, this is the second one. When I did the two together, this was the one underneath. So you can probably see that the indentation is not quite as pronounced. So I'm okay with that when I'm mass producing cards. If you're not, then you'll just want to do one layer of cardstock in your embossing folder. And I'm trying to remember to go from the bottom up so that it gets lighter at the top of my trees. And here's kind of a big blob, so I'm going to brush that in. I'm not pushing too hard with my brush because the ink is in the very outside of the bristles, so I just want to make sure it gets on the very edge. See, I pushed too hard right there, and then it doesn't show. It just looks like a blob. So don't push too hard when you're doing your brushing on. Okay, can you see that? I'm looking in the video. It looks like you can see it pretty well. Yep, that looks pretty good. So you can see it well enough. I wasn't sure. This was everybody's favorite. This is the one everybody wanted to see today. I showed two different colors on my Facebook page. I'm going to put this at the bottom of my stack so that I use the one that we did first at the top so the others can dry. I showed three different cards on my Facebook. Well, I showed two and asked which one do you like better. So see, on the green one, I used Mossy Meadow on this tree and brushed it on. This was my first one. And then I saw this color combination, Pebbled Path, Smoky Slate, and Cherry Cobbler. I thought that is so pretty, so I made this one. And then I went on and made a blue one as well. It's pretty peacock. So you can use this with any colors that you have already and any stamps that you actually already have. All right, now we're going to get out our paper trimmer. And we're going to cut 2-inch strips here. Now you can cut 2 at a time on your paper trimmer. So again, that's another way to save time. And we're just going to go in 2-inch, hopefully I'm on the screen looking. Yep, there we go, in 2-inch strips. So I'm just lining up both of these. I want to make double sure those trees are lined up with each other. And then I'm just going to go to 2 inches. Here's 2 inches on my top of my paper trimmer. And line up on the line. There's a line that goes all the way down on the 2 inches. And I'm butting it up against this little ridge right here. So if you don't have our paper trimmer, it's also a great one to add to your collection because it just does so many things well. Okay, so now that didn't want to cut through my second layer, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let's get this one out of here and see if I can line this up. Usually lining up is not as easy as it looks. Okay, if this doesn't line up very well, then nope, it looks like it didn't. So then I'm going to have this little strip, but I think it'll be okay. So much for my time-saving hacks, right? You know, we're going to just go with that. It's okay. And we're going to go back and cut our 2. This time I'll just press a little bit harder. I didn't press really hard when I was cutting it, and I should have. So let's go back here. And then that edge isn't really... Well, we're just going to go with it. Okay, let's go here with 2. And then I'm going to hold this down a little bit better. And then I'm going to really cut through several times. And then, oh, it didn't cut again. It did, you guys, this didn't cut on all my other colors of paper. But the gray doesn't want to cut. But just give it a good press on your trimmer blade and it should be okay. But just do what I did and cut it several times. Now this is just one, so it's going to cut really easily. But can you see how this just lines up with your trees? So every one of your card has almost a full tree on it. So look how that works. So I hope that's going to save you some time or just helping you do something that will turn out perfectly and you don't have to figure it out yourself. So each one of these cards has a tree on it. Okay, now we're going to take our card bases. So here's our 8 card bases. These are pebbled path and there's 8 of these. So I'm going to just press. You can press them all together at one time to really enforce your crease. You can also, you know, I've already folded these obviously, but you can also take your bone folder and give them a good press as well. Multiple ones, not just once. So the things I'm showing you today, my idea was that I would show you ways to do multiple tasks on your card. I don't know if that's the right word, but at the same time. All right, now I've cut just scraps of red or cherry cobbler. These are just 1 inch by 5.5. Some of them aren't that same because all we need really here, we need this card. All we need is our cherry cobbler is going to just peek out from the side. So let me show you what I'm going to do here as well. This is exactly what I do when I'm making swap cards for my team or other demonstrator groups. I lay out everything at one time and then put all my adhesive on at one time as well. So I'm just going to lay these out like this. For this, I am going to use a tape runner. Oh, thanks, Christy. I'm glad you like it. And we're going to line up the tree on the left side of the paper. I'm working from right to left because if I did this first, I would have adhesive sticking to my sleeve. this is a new tape runner. It doesn't want to click off very good. When you're using Stampin' Seal, you want to just give it a little bit of a check mark, and that'll break the adhesive so it doesn't string out. Hopefully I'm staying enough to the left. Oh, you know what? I should have been doing it the other way. That's all right. We can switch it around. Okay, so now I'm going to kind of try to get these out of the way. Carefully. And then we just want a little bit of an edge to stick out from our smoky slate. So this is going to be just like this, just probably even less than 1/4 of an inch for this. And then just, hopefully that doesn't look super straight. So there we go. Now I'm not going to rub it really hard because I just want to make sure that white craft doesn't get smeared. So then I'm just going to, this one is that one that, if you ever have an edge like this that gets kind of roughed up from your paper trimmer, you can just take like I keep an emery board, actually several of them nearby, and you can just soften that down a little bit so your edge is cleaner. Then we're just going to do the same thing here. And we're going to stack these up. Next one, like so. Now on my green card, I didn't add this extra strip over here, but I thought for this card, we would have that little, that one's kind of a rough edge showing, so let's turn it this way. We would have that little red edge to just give it a little bit more pop. There we go. I'm just taking some time to get these lined up. But I am going to have 8 Christmas cards made at the end of this video today, which I'm very happy about. I think this is the one where the paper trimmer didn't trim it through on the second one. But it's okay. You know, it's not, you know, you and I are the only ones that are going to notice that. No one that you give this card to is going to notice that. So let's go ahead and get this together. Now, I did want to share with you too, this month for my Be Creative Club, it's a subscription club, but you can also just try it for 1 month if you want to. This is the star of the show. So we're all 5 cards I made to go with the Be Creative Club kit this month used the Peaceful Evergreens and the Peaceful Season, I think it's called, stamp set. I'll show you those cards in a minute so that you don't miss that if you want to sign up for that. It is, let me grab this. Did I not make 8? There we go. 2, 2, 4, 6, 8. Maybe? Oh, yeah, that's right. We would have had an extra one. All right. So let me just show you my club cards for this month. So this are my the card kits that you would get for this month if you sign up. And as I said, you can sign up for just 1 month, or you can subscribe. So just to give you a quick sneak peek of those. When you subscribe, you get about $22 to $25 worth of product every month. You get some gems, you get some ribbon or twine, and a partial pack of designer series paper, along with all your card cuts being cut for you and embossed and scored, etc. So we can't get all 8 of those down here, but we'll go with that. Okay, for this, I'm going to go ahead and stick with this adhesive. If I was doing this without an audience today, I would probably use glue, but just for safety's sake, because this is embossed, That's one of the reasons I would use a glue. But today, just for the speed of it and for me not messing up everything with liquid glue, just in case, since when I'm on Facebook Live, I'm always kind of thinking about the next step, and then sometimes when I'm on the current step, I make a mistake. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll scoot these up so that we can have room to actually get our card bases out. But I always do this. I put all the adhesive on at one time. If I was doing dimensionals, I would do it the same way. And I'm going to pull out my card bases. And then I'm just going to put this little guy down here. I'm going to leave about maybe 1/4 of an inch to the side. Like so. Try and make sure it's straight. I like that color combination. What do you think? Although I'm thinking I need some glue on this outer side of the tree. So we're just going to live life dangerously. And I'm going to put some glue. I'm going to actually stick some down here. Press that down. And then I'm going to go ahead around this tree and get that. Now, even when I'm using liquid glue, I'll do a few at a time. I wouldn't do as many as 8 because it'll start drying and then it won't stick like it should. But I'm going to use a little. Maybe we'll just do 3 and then we'll come back and do more. Let's grab the card bases. And then I'll go ahead and put this guy here. Not sure I'm completely in the video. What I'll do is I'll move out I'll move these a little bit this way so I'm sure that I'm in a video and you can actually see. Trying not to touch the liquid glue, which I just did. If you do that, just keep your chamois handy, or a wet cloth, or a handy wipe, or a baby wipe, you know, something like that, because you want to get liquid glue off right away. You want it, because otherwise it just goes everywhere. All right, so now we're going to go back and resume this process with our little. I like this combination with the pebble path and the cherry cobbler and the smoky slate. I think this turned out pretty. I like my green one too. Some of you said you would prefer to see the green one or even the pretty peacock one, but the vast majority picked this one, so we went with smoky slate today. Okay, now we need a little bit more glue here. Just going to go along like so, and then again like so. And again, since I'm not paying super close attention, I went off the side here with my glue, and you don't want that on your workspace because then it sticks. Everything else sticks to it. Okay, let's keep going here. I was talking about my club. You need to sign up by the 10th of each month. And then if you sign up for the subscription, then that's the time of the month that you will be billed. It's through PayPal, and you don't have to have a PayPal account. You can use your credit card. But then it automatically is billed. Well, I do need this one. What the heck? Oh, there we go. Yep, 2 more. It just automatically charges. You don't have to remember to sign up every month. But if you want to just try it, as I said, you can take it for just 1 month. If you're interested in more information about that, just message me and I will send you the link to the page that has all the details on it. So I'll send you to a page on my blog where it explains it and gives you the links and everything, or I can send you directly the link. So just let me know if you're interested. Okay, so now we've got that done. Let me get this closed before we have a disaster here. And then we'll go ahead and get this guy taped down. Now, also for my newsletter subscribers, I'm going to be sending out this tutorial to all of you that are subscribed. If you're not subscribed, make sure you do. Right now, we're letting this glue dry. I'll go ahead and put a link in the comments. Hi, Liz. Oh, you like these colors too, Pam? I do think it turned out pretty. I want to give credit here. I forgot to do that. I got this idea, not this particular card idea, but I got the idea of double cutting all of the dies at one time from Anna Hillman. So I don't know if any of you follow Anna, but I can't remember if that's her actual business name, but you can find her on YouTube if you just type in Anna Hillman is her name. Okay, so there we've got those done. Now, let's go ahead, and I pre-cut these. So I cut 8 of these strips of the real red glimmer paper from the festive glimmer paper. It's in the holiday catalog. And I cut these like almost 2, just a little under 2, and then a little under 3 inches. Now these we're going to put dimensionals on, so I'm just going to lay these out, and we'll just get some dimensionals going. And again, I set everything out at one time, and then we put the dimensionals on all at one time as well. So I would like to know if you are enjoying seeing this type of video where I give you some tips on things that I do to make stamping go faster. Here are my dimensionals. I'm going to grab multiple ones at one time. Kind of how-to videos as opposed to like making separate cards. Like, all right, so let me say that better. I normally just showcase one card set and show you multiple things you can do with that and try to give you a good variety of ideas about ways to use your stamp set and how the dies work and all that. So that's what I normally do every week for my class to go on Wednesday. So every Wednesday on Facebook Live, and then I upload it to YouTube right after that. That's what I normally do. So I would like to know in the comments if you prefer that kind of a video, or you're liking this type of a video where I show you more how to use whatever you have to make maybe a stack of cards or to do a certain technique. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're making all the same card today, but I'm showing you ways to make 8. And I guess I'm just wanting to know in general if that's something that you would like to see more of. All right, I'm going to take my pick tool, and then I'm going to take these little backings off. This is, again, something I do when I'm mass producing. I just take my tool and I lift off all of these backings because it goes faster. And then when you get too many, you just empty those off. Did I get that one? No, I didn't get it. Oh, I only got 2 dimensionals on there. Well, we got to fix that. Let me grab 2 more. There we go. And then take these off. I honestly, in my heart of hearts, I just want to help you however you want to be helped. So if you like to see me focus on one stamp set, oh, good grief, Joey, I can't. I'm missing dimensionals here. If you prefer that, like me making multiple projects with one stamp set, let me know. Or if you like to do these kind of tips and hacks and ideas like to use your paper, like something like One Sheet Wonder out of a 6x6 piece of paper, or even a 12x12, things like that. I know there's a lot of videos out there like that, but I could do it too if you're interested in that. So now what we're going to do is take this little piece of glimmer paper and we're going to put it at an angle. We're going to kind of line it up there. These 2 corners are going to be about the same distance from each other. Well, maybe a little bit lower. well, maybe not. I don't want to cover up my tree any more than I have to. So maybe about like that. Pam, I like all videos. Always get something, either tips or card ideas. Well, you're easy to please then, my friend. I usually like to do a variety of things in general. It keeps it interesting for me too. And I've been stamping a long time, so then I just want to make sure, you know, I share some things that I think might be obvious, and maybe they're not obvious, especially if you're a new stamper and you need some ideas of how to do things. Okay, so we're just keeping on here. And then Martha likes both as well. Christy, what's her name again? Anna Hellman. Christy, ANNAHELLMAN. Pretty sure that's how you spell it. Okay, so let's go this way on this one. Come down just a little bit. Okay, so we've got our 8 backgrounds. Now, our piece de resistance are tags. So we're just going to do the same thing for the dimensionals that we did on our red glimmer paper. We're going to lay these all out. Do we have 8? We should have 8. Let's make sure we have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, there we go. Let's move these over a little bit. And then let's grab some more dimensionals. Those are mini dimensionals. I'm not going to use mini dimensionals on this particular thing. This is a side note. It has nothing to do with what we're doing today. Last night, my husband goes to a model train group in the south of Lincoln, a little town called Beatrice. And on the way home, he hit a deer and totaled our car. So after he just went to get everything out of the car. He had to have a tow truck come, and he wasn't hurt. All the airbags deployed. Well, he's pretty stiff and sore today, but the car is totaled. All the airbags deployed, and there you have it. And thank the Lord he was driving our old Lexus. We just bought a new car a few weeks ago, a new Lexus, and we didn't trade our car because we weren't quite sure what we wanted to do with it. Anyway, if you hear rustling in the background, that's him rustling something. I'm not sure what he's got. Not turning around to look because we're on a mission here to get our 8 Christmas cards done. And get this on. So we've got our 8 labels that we already stamped. And now we'll just do the same thing. We'll take our tool. If you don't have a take your pick tool, I suggest you get one because they are, I think we need 4 on this one. No, that one's probably okay, but I think we need another one on this one. Let's grab it. If you don't have a take your pick tool, they're really handy for a lot of things. For picking up gems, like I'm showing you today, picking up your backings of your dimensionals. This end also will pick up gems, and it's a putty end. Whoops, all these backings are falling off here. It's a putty end that also is good for picking up little things as well, or placing little things on your card. But that's how I use it anyway. Let's go ahead and take off. It's not as easy to pull off these backings when they're not uniform, but it's still okay. It's still faster, I think, than taking them off with my fingers individually. So we'll go ahead and pull all those. There we go. Now I'm going to set these aside. And I just figured the closer we get to Christmas, the more tips you need on how to make more cards quickly, as opposed to let's make, 4 beautiful cards in an hour. Well, no, that's sometimes. Oh, you know what? We forgot to do, oh my gosh, you guys, we forgot to do our stamping. Hang on, we need to do that next. Let me put these out here. I got ahead of myself. We haven't even stamped our trees yet, so we need to stamp our trees like so. Yeah, Pam, I think that is it. Yes. I think she said home make with love. I think that's exactly right. Okay, so now let's grab our little, this is just white cardstock, and it's cut 1 3/4 by 2 3/4, and then we're going to take our cherry cobbler ink and stamp our beautiful trees. One thing I resisted on trying this color combination is I thought, well, we're going to have cherry cobbler trees. We don't have green trees, but that's why my first one was green. And then I thought, to heck with it, it's Christmas. I think we can make our trees any color we want to, because I did think it turned out really pretty. And the cherry cobbler, these are just such beautiful stamps in this stamp set called Peaceful Evergreens. I don't know if I even showed you the whole stamp set. Yeah, I think I did at the beginning. So, oh, this is not what I do. I do this. I lay these out. Got flustered when we forgot this step, and I heard Steve behind me and was thinking about the car. He's okay. The airbags, deployed like they should, thankfully, and it's good, but we have our new car, and then we also have a truck that we just had a new engine put in, which we have to go pick up today. So it's quite the day at our house. But I didn't want to miss my Christmas series. Whoops, that didn't stamp very well, so, which means I didn't ink it very well, so we'll try that again. And then, here we go. And like so. Very simple stamping. We can get these up here, and I'm not sure if I'm actually staying in the view or not. I'm trying to. Usually if I stay right on my grid paper, I'm okay. And then here, oops, nope. I'm just not inking it well because I'm, not paying close enough attention, so I'll do better. Get these on here. There we go. So as you notice, I just cut for both these layers, for all these layers, other than the tree, I just cut straight layers. We're not doing fancy, what do I want to say? Fancy label. We are doing fancy labels, but we also learned a way to do that quickly today. So, but there's not a lot of other die cutting is what I'm trying to say, because die cutting obviously takes time. Okay, now, we could have a little disaster here, but we won't. All right, we're going to turn these over. We're also going to put dimensionals on the back of these. I might grab a new sheet of dimensionals. Oh yeah, that's right. We kind of goofed on that one. I like the CC trees. Oh, cherry cobbler. Oh, Liz is saying she likes the cherry cobbler trees. I do too. I'm so traditional. Sometimes I can't get past it, but okay, there we go. Let me grab a new sheet of dimensionals because it just goes a little faster. I'll use up my scraps, but when I'm not trying to get 8 cards done in a Facebook Live, I can go faster with. And then I usually just kind of roll my sheet a little bit and loosen those up so you can grab them a little bit easier like that and bring the edges up. And then, with a new sheet especially, it's going to be a little bit stiff. And we are going to go, I think, let's see, we are going to go 4 on these as well, but I'm grabbing a lot of dimensionals on my fingers. I'm going to go a little bit more towards the middle, so hopefully that helps me avoid double dimensionals stacking up on each other on the front of my card, which makes it bulkier to mail. Now we are going to put some gems on these. You could leave gems off if you're worried about mailing, or you could use something flat like the iridescent adhesive backed discs. We've used those already this week. Let's go. I'll get those out in a minute and show you. I can't actually remember. I think for this card, because of the smoky slate, I used just rhinestones, and then those pearlized little stars. That's not what they're really called, but I'll show you. And I have the names. I've got the packages here so I can show you all the packages and their names. So maybe these will be my swap cards. My team, we do a swap every month. In November, the theme is Christmas, which makes sense. So maybe these will be my swap cards. I did make another card with this bundle as I was getting ready for my my class, my Peaceful Evergreens class. Yeah, Peaceful Evergreens. This is my In Color Club this month. Some of you commented on this. I already posted it, but this is the kind of a little bit of a fancy fold for that. So I'm going to send out the PDF file for this as well to all my newsletter subscribers later this week. Usually all those things come out later in the week, so they give you time to sign up for my newsletter. So I'm going to move these all over here because we have to have a place to put our card. And, well, I should have taken now I lost my tool. Of course, you know, it's because, you know, I'm focusing on what I'm doing. Well, what the heck, let's just take these off with my fingers. It's here somewhere, of course, but as a normal Facebook Live, things I'm using just disappear. Now, another tip I can give you, though, about taking off dimensionals is that if you just crease them with your nails like this, it helps pop them up to where you can grab the edge of the protector there. Have you ever heard that before? So you just take your nails, I get rid of these, and you just, I don't know if you can see me on the camera, but I'm just putting my thumbnails down in the middle there. Same thing over here. And then I'm going to just grab these. You know, my take your pick tool is not that tiny of a thing to disappear. This is always the dilemma I have. I always find everything after Facebook Live, but it's like, where is it when I'm actually on filming it? See how much faster it does go with the tool, though? This is going slower with using my fingernails. But let's just get these ready to come. Oh, those are off already, so we're good with that one. And we're making pretty good progress. I don't know what time it is. I think I was on time starting today. And so I'm hoping that this video will be no longer than an hour, or not much longer, so that you can see that you can get everything done in an hour for your cards, which is pretty fast when you're making 8. So now we're just going to go back to our card bases, and I'm just going to cattywampus this a little bit. So this is crooked, this is going to be straight. I'm actually going to stand up for this. I'm going to just kind of squaring it up there. And I'm putting these up fairly high because when we get to this label, we want to make sure it fits on our card. So There we go. Let's just go ahead and get these squared up. And I'm just kind of looking at the sides of my card and the bottom of my trees to make sure I'm going straight across. Okay, does that make sense? Pam, thankful he wasn't hurt, yes. Oh, I know. The officer that came to help him when he called 911 said that he was the third deer accident today, or yesterday. The third one. Like, oh my gosh. I've never hit a deer. I don't think Steve has either, actually. But yeah, I'm so thankful he wasn't hurt because, as I said, the car is history. So I'm just thankful we have 2 vehicles. I mean, we could, oops, we don't want that yet. The insurance company would provide a rental car, at least partially paid. But anyway, we have another car, so I'm thankful about that. Alrighty, so we're just moving along here with getting all of our images on our cards. Did I miss one? See if I've got 8. So 2, 4, 6, 8. No, I guess I just made an extra one. Okay, now we're ready for our extra 2. Well, let's see what happens if I have more when I get to the end of this. Now we already took our we already are ready with these dimensionals, and I'm just going to use, even though these are different sizes, I'm just going to be good with it. Does that make sense? And I kind of want my label to overlap my trees. I like things to kind of group up on my cards. You certainly don't have to do it that way, but I'm giving it a try today. I like the way that looks, so that's what I usually do. Put these out, do all 3. So, aren't these labels so pretty though, you guys? I just think they're really nice. And I think these labels would look really nice with the Sentimental Wishes paper as well. Get this one here. Be Mary. And is that? No, we've got 2 more here. So let's get this one. And one more. Celebrate the holidays in all the ways. Put this on here. So there our cards are done. Now you could send this just like this. I mean, it's pretty. It's really shimmery with the red glimmer paper. But I did go ahead and put some gems on mine. I picked out rhinestones, and then these guys, iridescent faceted gems. I always forget what those are called. And now I do the same thing. I lay everything out. I might not be all in the camera right here. So I'm going to lay it all out. Let's just do 3. That's probably enough so that I don't get too far out of the camera. Then I'll take my rhinestones and this. I do have an old piercing tool. I'm going to go ahead and use that since I have no idea where I'm looking, giving it one look here to see if I can see my take your pick tool. And I can't see it anywhere. So this is an old one. I like this one as well. I'm going to go ahead and put one big rhinestone down here. Go ahead and do that all the way across. Put that one maybe there. And then I'm going to take 2 small ones. I'm going to go 2 small up here. And then up here. See, this is the part where I always wondered, do people want to actually sit through watching the same thing? But I do think it's helpful to see. Whoops, I lost my rhinestone. To see how I actually do it when I am making a whole stack of cards, because maybe that's helpful for you and gives you some time-saving tips, because we can all use a little extra time. And these are those faceted gems. I thought they actually looked really pretty with this card and kind of with the rhinestones. Oops, I need another small rhinestone there. I'll go ahead with these and I'll come back to that one. So this one we're going to go up here. Let's just do all these the same so I don't get mixed up like I just did. Okay, so now we need a little rhinestone down here. And another one. And another one right here. And then, let's see, we need one more little one of these in this little grouping down here. Got a hair in there. I often have, I don't know why my hair gets stuck in dimensionals, not dimensionals, embellishments there. And then, so there's that 3. Okay, working on the next 3. Oops, I didn't get that one, did I? So that's right, we'll put that aside. Then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put a big rhinestone down here. So when your labels are different sizes, you might be placing your embellishments just a little bit differently. Then I want a small rhinestone down here. And 2 more up here. You know, I'm looking at these and I'm wondering if we should have tried the darker ink, because it seems like the white just kind of fades, but you can try that. I would love to see if you try this idea, even with a different stamp set or whatever you have. So if you try it, let me know. You can always tag me. You can even post it on my page, either my Create with Joey Stampers group or my Create with Joey business page. You can, I'm pretty sure you can put one there too. Okay, so we want a big one of these guys kind of up here by this one. That needs to move. Do you ever put embellishments down and go, you know, that's not good, that needs to move? And then little ones down here. It's kind of crowded for this big one, but I'm just still going to go with it. Because if I were doing this, which I am doing, but if I were doing this for a swap or something like that, I would do it the exact same way. Okay, so now we need, what else do we need? We need another little rhinestone down here. So we've got our 6 almost completed. Put this one up here. And this one up here. So there's 3 more, 2 to go. Now we're going to complete these 2. I think that's all we need for gems. I think the rest are all done. So, and they're pretty just like this too. If you know, I don't know that they really need gems, but I just can't seem to make a card without gems unless it's for a guy. Know what I'm saying? I just always am doing the gems. Okay, let's figure out. I got to figure out what I did before. So I think one of these goes up here, the bigger ones. And of course, you wouldn't have to do them the same way, but again, I do feel like it saves a little time to do them the same way, because then you're not trying to figure out, well, where should I place this? Because you've already figured out what looks nice, and then you just go from there. Okay, so the little ones, got a little one up here, and a little one up here. And of course, they're not going to be really exact anyway, but once you've done it one way and you kind of like that, then it's kind of easy to go back and do it the same way. But isn't that pretty how these guys catch the light? I think it's really pretty. We need another rhinestone. Let's put one actually over there on that one. And then that one's complete. And then this one, we need a little one of these starred, these faceted gems to go right there. And then we need a tiny rhinestone right over here for that one. And oh, that's it. Hey, there we go. But it's really relaxing to do it this way too. So you obviously I didn't spend, 2 hours designing a card. I mean, I did spend some time designing it and then setting up the template that we use. So let's go across here. But once that's designed and you've got your die cutting for your labels done, it just goes by in a jiffy. Even the guys need a couple gems. Well, I have been known, Pam, to put gems on some cards, especially if it's my brother or like even my son-in-law. Not my son-in-law, my nephew's in-law. And so there you have it. There's our cards with this stamp set. So let me know, just a reminder again, if you're interested in the Be Creative Club card kit, either for 1 month or to subscribe so that you don't have to worry about signing up every month. Let me know if you are interested, just message me. And then tomorrow, we're going to do some more projects with this bundle. So we're going to possibly do this card. This is a gift card holder. I haven't 100% decided to do this tomorrow, or if we're going to do a quicker, we could do it next week too. So if we don't do it tomorrow, we can still do it next week. But I really want to show you how to make a sweet little gift box with the, this one is with the trees, obviously. This is the Halloween paper that I used for that. But it fits these, Bath & Body, this size of the little creams. This happens to be Twisted Peppermint. So I wanted kind of the pinky tones for both of these actually. So that I like the packaging to kind of go with the treat I'm giving. So this is tomorrow for day 3 of our Christmas. Oh, thank you, Peggy. Oh, thank you. I'm so happy it's helpful because I just didn't know if this would be super helpful, or you're like, no, I'd rather just show a bunch of different kinds of cards and all of the things I can do with one stamp set, which this is just one stamp set, but just another way to use your stamp set and get the most out of them. So I hope you'll join me tomorrow for day 3 of my 2024 Christmas series. And I hope to see you then. If you have questions, let me know. Oh, thank you for the hearts, you guys. That's so sweet. Thanks so much. And I hope to see you tomorrow, next video. Bye-bye.